Hey guys, I'm Sid Evans, Editor-in-Chief of Southern Living. We're here in the beautiful Southern Living Test Kitchens, and we're going to talk to you today about the Southern Living Food Awards, which we are rolling out in the June issue. And this is a collection of some of the best Southern foods in the South. There's so many great artisanal foods out there, and we've picked some of the best. And we're going to give you a little preview of some of those today. And these are some of our favorites. I'm standing here with Hannah Hayes, who's the associate editor. She was the lead on the project. She's tasted more foods over the last
hundreds. It's a wonder that I didn't gain like an extra 60 pounds.
It is, but it was all for the greater good. So, do you want to talk a little bit about the process and kind of how we picked some of these foods and what we arrived at?
Definitely. So this is the second year that we've done the Southern Living Food Awards, and it came about that there's so much great artisanal foods being made by Southern artisans in the South, and we wanted to recognize them. And last year we recognized about 25, and this year we decided that there were way too many to just go with that number, so we did over 50. I think we did 55 of them. And the ones we have out here today are some of our favorites. And yeah, you want to start trying some?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. You want to start with the salami?
Yeah, let's try the salami.
Let's definitely do it. So this is made by a company called Ollie out of Mechanicsville in North Carolina.
I'm going to go with a cracker.
Do a cracker. I'm just going to go straight. What do you think?
It's so good.
It is so good.
It's such an art creating really good salami.
It definitely is. So the people who make this, they're two business partners named Chip and Ollie. And Ollie's family is a fourth generation salami maker. And his family has a company in Italy and they have a subsidiary over here. And Chip would always ask Ollie, why do you bring this stuff from Italy? Why don't you bring the stuff you guys make here? And he said, the Italian stuff's better. So they set out trying to make this company so it would taste more, like the hams they make in Italy. So they use pasture-raised pork. And this one in particular has truffles in it, so it has a really earthy, luxurious taste to it. It's a big upgrade for your normal cheese plate.
It's so good. And it's great for just summer entertaining or, for kind of a
definitely
a housewarming present.
Yes.
It's terrific.
It is.
So what else have we got?
So we also have this shrimp dip over here, which is one of my absolute favorites. Once we got a tub of this in the test kitchen, we about devoured the entire thing. It is also a really great thing just for, like you said, summer entertaining. All you have to do is put this in a bowl and your guests will just be like devouring this, wondering how you became such a good chef.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of shrimp dip, but this is really different. It's not like other shrimp dips. I mean, there's actually like big chunks of shrimp in there, and it's just kind of got a great texture to it and really great spice. You see that big shrimp right there? It's so good.
It's not too cream cheesy and it's not too smooth. You really get that, nice southern seafood taste in there.
So tell me a little bit about their story.
So it was started by a couple in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, outside of Charleston, and they have been making crab and shrimp dip all the time and people just rave about it. And we decided, why don't we sell this? And it's really taken off in the past few years.
And this stuff really does disappear around the office in like a matter of minutes.
Oh yes, it's all we can do to resist it.
But perfect for summertime.
Oh yes, definitely. Do you want to try this pimento cheese, Sid? I know how much you like pimento cheese.
I've been waiting till we get to the pimento cheese.
Let's
do yes,
it.
Definitely.
So this pimento cheese is great because it's kind of a middle of the road pimento cheese.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Some people can be very particular about their pimento cheese. How do you normally like yours, Sid?
I mean, I kind of like it a little spicy. I like it a little heavy on the cheddar.
Yeah.
And this to me has got just the right mix. It's not too mayonnaise-y.
Yes.
And it's got a little bit of kick at the end.
It does. It's a very subtle heat, and it's also made with white cheddar, which is kind of interesting. You get that, classic taste, but it's a little bit more sharp, which is something I like too. And it's definitely, for those of you who like chunky and those of you who like smooth, this is going to please both of you.
But people take their pimento cheese very seriously. And some people, not everybody's going to like the same thing. but this is some of the best kind of off-the-shelf pimento cheese
Oh, definitely.
that I've ever had.
No, yes. I mean, if you like homemade pimento cheese, you're not going to miss that taste with this one.
All right, so let's get into the pickles.
The pickles. So these are a 2-time winner for the Southern Living Food Awards. We just cannot get over these.
They're so good. So these guys are from Austin, Texas.
They are.
They're called Pogue Mahone pickles, and they are so crisp. How did they get that kind of super crispness?
So the guy behind these pickles, his name is Sam Addison, and he started his pickle company while he was in culinary school in Austin, and he's sort of like a mad scientist. He filled up notebooks and notebooks full of like his process for pickle making, and he sort of has perfected the system of cold packing the pickles and selling them refrigerated. So they're so crisp that it blows your mind.
And so, but these are the bread and butter pickles, right?
Yes, last year he won for his Texas Sweet Heats, and I mean, come on, those are great.
I mean, they're so crunchy and good, and but they're different from the Sweet Heat ones. I mean, there's definitely.
This is more of your classic grandma pickle. Like
Right.
these are the ones that you grew up with having in the freezer that your grandma made.
Yeah, I mean, I could just sit here and eat like that entire jar.
Oh, totally. And his culinary school background definitely helped inform sort of the spice combination in there. The flavor profile is definitely a little bit more elevated, but you know, it's that really great classic pickle. You have to put those on your burger this summer.
And I'm telling you, you know, as a father, if you're thinking about a Father's Day present, I mean, that I would love nothing more than to get a big jar of these pickles.
Oh, I know. My dad's a pickle nut. I always give him pickles for Father's Day, and those are on my list.
Okay. So should we try a little sip of beer?
I think so. I think
mean,
it's about that time.
It's Friday afternoon,
yeah.
right?
I think it's our happy hour.
Why not?
Right now. Okay, so this is Bearded Lady, and it's from a brewery that we're pretty familiar with, right, Sid?
Yeah, right here in Birmingham. They're called Good People. And this is sort of their summer beer. And the great thing about this beer to me is that, I mean, you can just, you can drink, you know, one or two or, you know, have a couple.
If you have three, you're probably still going to be okay. They're such an easy drinker.
But it's very light. It's very refreshing. It's not heavy at all.
Yeah, it has that sort of weeded beer taste, but it has almost what I think is like a Meyer lemon tartness to it. It's mellow, but it's definitely got that little zing to it, which I really like.
Yeah, it's really refreshing, and
We definitely needed
it
this.
tastes especially good
Yeah.
on a Friday afternoon.
Definitely. And I love the can.
And you know, there's just been this explosion of craft beer, of course, all over the South, and even right here in Birmingham.
Oh, definitely.
Just in the last 5 years, they're making so much good beer in this area right now.
And it's not just good for the South, it's good nationwide. Like some of the beers we make are coveted by all kinds of people all over the country, all over the world. So,
Yeah.
and no one knows summer beer like we do. I mean, it's hot down here, so.
Yeah. So, all right, should we get to the heavy stuff
To the
now?
whiskey, yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I was down at the Southern Made Festival down in Montgomery last weekend.
Yeah.
And I met these guys. They're such an interesting crew, and they really are making some exceptional whiskey.
Definitely. I mean, I have to say, when I got a bottle of whiskey from Opelika, Alabama, I maybe my expectations were a little too low, and
Let's see if I can get it open.
yeah, oh, there you go. It's pretty tight in there.
I have to. Okay, I did it. I
did
got
it.
Yeah.
But this whiskey is my new favorite. Whenever anyone comes over to my porch, this is what I'm pouring.
All right.
I can't get enough of it.
I'm giving you a very light pour because we have to go back
Yes.
to work after
There's
this.
a lot we have to do.
Yes.
The day is not done.
Okay.
But the wood in this,
Cheers.
is so interesting to me. It's a smoked peach and smoked pecan wood.
Yeah, it smells really good. It's not too strong. Doesn't sort of
Yeah.
burn your nose.
This is definitely a smooth, and it's a younger spirit too. It's aged less than 5 years. So, but for a young spirit, this has so much complexity to it. That wood taste too is just so like sentimental and nostalgic to me. It's not like an oak wood. It's like something that almost transports you to a memory that you have. I was
Right.
transported to a cabin instantaneously when I had
You
this.
have a sip, and all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
just sitting in a rocking chair on
Exactly.
the front porch of some cabin in
Which
Kentucky.
is why I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Or Alabama.
That's true. Opelika.
So yeah, this is really delicious stuff. Okay.
It's perfect.
Should we try a little dessert?
I think so. We need some sugar. So this brittle is really interesting. The cacao nibs in it, which are these, dark chocolate chunks in here, they were bathed in the smoke of Alan Benton's smokehouse, and we love Alan Benton around here.
Yeah. So maybe just for those who don't know Alan Benton, say a little bit about who he is and what he's been doing.
So Alan Benton, not only is he one of the sweetest human beings you will ever meet, he makes the legendary Benton's Country Hams and Benton's Bacon. And his smokehouses are, the products that come out of them are coveted by chefs all across the country. So these cacao nibs have been sitting in a very special place, and it lends a really smoky flavor, but it's not overwhelming, it's not bacony.
Yeah, it's not like taking a bite out of a piece of bacon.
Exactly.
There's just a little bit of that smoke in there that gives it some really great flavor, and it tastes so good. Yeah.
It's almost campfirey.
That's right.
It's kind of like a s'more without the marshmallow or graham cracker part.
It's delicious.
It's so good.
So there are so many more of these great food products coming out of the South. You can find them all in the June issue, which is going to be coming out in about a week. You can find it on newsstands, and you can also find it. There should be a link right here that you can go to.
Southernliving.com/food awards.
And that'll have all 55 of the winners of this year's food awards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sid, I think we have a question from one of our dear readers.
Oh, we have a question.
How many people entered? Like, how many products were entered?
There were at least over 300 this year, so we taste tested a lot. And this also includes last year, so it's somewhere around the 500 mark probably. But there's just so much good stuff coming out of the South, and people all across the country want it, not just in the South. So.
And there was a lot of great stuff that didn't make the cut too.
Oh, definitely.
So many deserving winners.
Oh, it was really hard to pick just 55.
Yeah, but we felt like this was a really good representation of some of the best food that's being made in the South right now.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Well, Sid, let's maybe take our whiskeys down to our desk and continue on with our day.
And get back to work.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us, and have a great Friday afternoon.
Bye.
Bye.